A blinding flash tore through the void, and Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, found himself crashing into a barren, alien battlefield. Dust and debris swirled around him as a chorus of distant gunfire echoed. His staff barely caught him from impaling himself, and he rose, scanning the horizon. Strange armored figures and monstrous forms clashed violently. Wukong's grin widened. "Interesting, this isn't heaven, but it smells like adventure," he muttered. The ground trembled under the march of massive war machines. Wukong's eyes narrowed as he watched towering warriors in ceramite armor firing energy weapons that could melt mountains. He twirled his staff effortlessly, sensing the danger, yet excitement coursed through his veins. "These mortals fight like gods pretending to be men," he thought. He adjusted to the strange gravity, understanding that his agility would be key to surviving this alien world. A squad of space marines spotted him instantly, their bolters aimed. Wukong laughed and somersaulted backward, avoiding the hail of fire with supernatural reflexes. Energy bolts carved craters where he had just stood. The marines were cautious, sensing something beyond human comprehension. Wukong twirled his staff, reflecting sunlight like a blade of pure energy. "You'll have to try harder than that," he shouted, testing his abilities against these seemingly immortal soldiers. Before the space marines could regroup, the ground cracked violently. Emerging from the fissure were grotesque demons, writhing with chaotic energy. Wukong's eyes glowed with curiosity and mischief. He leaped high, spinning his staff, striking demons before they could land a blow. Chaos energies hissed and surged around him, but the Monkey King's nimbleness made him untouchable. Even these corrupted monsters paused, startled by it being neither mortal nor holy god. "Not bad," Wukong muttered, landing gracefully between two towering space marines and a writhing demon. He gauged the battlefield carefully, realizing he needed a strategy. Mere strength wouldn't save him here. Cunning and adaptability would. He sprinted across a crater, using debris to vault into the air, striking foes with pinpoint accuracy. Each movement was fluid, precise, and almost playful, yet deadly. The battlefield began to recognize him not as a threat, but as a force of nature. A nearby Imperial Guard regiment opened fire, their lasguns blazing. Wukong's staff whirled like a cyclone, deflecting the deadly beams effortlessly. He grinned, feeling alive. "They have courage, I like that," he mused, leaping atop a ruined tank. From this vantage, he could see the battlefield stretch endlessly, twisted by war and chaos. The soldiers stared, awe and terror mingling in their eyes. Wukong knew survival depended on understanding these strange, disciplined humans. Chaos Space Marines, sensing a powerful presence, converged on Wukong. Their armor glinted with malevolent runes, and their weapons radiated corruption. Wukong laughed, vaulting over their line, striking first at one leader with a precise sweep of his staff. Sparks flew as his magic-imbued weapon clashed against corrupted power. The Chaos Marines staggered, unfamiliar with an opponent so unpredictable. Wukong felt exhilaration and danger in perfect balance, a combination he thrived on. The battlefield shifted as Wukong assessed allies and enemies alike. He realized both sides were trapped in endless cycles of war, blinded by duty and corruption. He decided to test his limits, leaping higher, striking faster, and avoiding strikes that could kill him instantly. Slowly, his presence began to change the dynamics. Soldiers stopped briefly, watching this agile, godlike figure, unsure whether he was savior, threat, or trickster. A massive demon lord descended from the sky, its claws tearing through the earth. Wukong's eyes narrowed. He spun his staff, energy flickering along its length, and engaged the creature directly. Each strike was precise, exploiting the demon's momentum. Though massive and terrifying, the demon found itself outmaneuvered at every turn. Wukong's laughter echoed across the battlefield, a sound both playful and terrifying. For the first time, both Chaos and Imperium forces paused. As dust settled from the clash, Wukong surveyed the battlefield. He was surrounded by exhausted, terrified warriors from both sides. For the first time, they saw someone who refused to pick a side, someone who fought for survival and justice. Wukong raised his staff, gesturing toward the chaos around them. "Fools," he shouted, "the world is bigger than your battles. Survive, or fade into nothing." A spark of hope ignited among them. The remaining soldiers hesitated, inspired by the Monkey King's audacity. Wukong used the pause to move strategically, disarming traps and saving those trapped under debris. His actions were swift, almost imperceptible. Space Marines and Imperial Guard began to understand that survival wasn't in brute force. It was in clever movement and unity. Even Chaos soldiers blinked, recognizing the power of one entity altering the course of their meaningless war. Dark clouds of warp energy twisted above the battlefield, signaling more demons. Wukong's eyes glowed, his staff vibrating with power. "Another test?" he asked with a grin. The ground shook, but he danced across it, striking demons in midair. His agility, strength, and tactical mind allowed him to evade the deadliest of attacks. Slowly, the battlefield's chaos turned into controlled action around him, a strange harmony born from his intervention. A wounded Space Marine staggered toward Wukong. Without hesitation, the Monkey King extended a hand, lifting him to safety. "You fight well," he said, twirling his staff. "But survival depends on more than honor." Soldiers around him started seeing him as more than a myth. He wasn't a god to worship, nor a monster to fear. He was a force that inspired hope. The first smiles flickered in the darkness of war. The Chaos forces regrouped, desperate to reclaim dominance. Wukong didn't attack recklessly. Instead, he used his speed and mischief to disrupt formations. Explosions rocked the battlefield, yet he moved untouched, a phantom of chaos among chaos. The soldiers began coordinating around him, following instinct rather than command. For the first time, they understood that unity could save lives, even against horrors they had considered unstoppable. Wukong leapt high into the air, surveying the battlefield. From this height, he could see opportunities others missed. He began guiding movements silently, a whirlwind directing the currents of war. Chaos Marines stumbled into traps or miscalculated, while Imperium forces avoided lethal strikes. His playful demeanor remained, yet his presence carried authority. Soldiers felt a new sense of possibility. If Wukong could survive here, maybe they could too. A massive demon erupted near the city center, threatening everyone. Wukong spun his staff, creating a barrier of swirling energy that protected nearby soldiers. He engaged the demon with precision, striking vulnerable spots while dodging lethal blows. The clash lasted minutes but felt like hours. Slowly, the creature weakened under his relentless assault. Wukong's laughter never faded, a strange comfort amidst terror. Soldiers watched, hearts lifting, hope returning in small increments. As the demon collapsed, Wukong landed lightly on a mound of rubble. His eyes scanned the battlefield. The Imperium and Chaos forces were battered but alive. He hadn't destroyed them. He taught him a lesson in survival, adaptability, and courage. Even Chaos soldiers looked at him with respect, confused but unwilling to deny his power. The Monkey King had turned a hopeless battlefield into a place where life could continue. Wukong's staff glowed as he created a small, protective barrier around survivors. He smiled, seeing determination in their eyes. "You're stronger than you realize," he said, "not because of armor or weapons, but because you choose to endure." Soldiers whispered among themselves, inspired by his words and actions. For the first time, they felt hope. They began helping each other, building defenses, and tending to the wounded, guided by the legend that had landed among them. As night fell, the battlefield grew quiet. Fires burned softly, and the surviving soldiers stood together. Wukong perched atop a broken statue, twirling his staff idly. He had survived in a world where even gods could die, and he had given others a chance to live. His laughter echoed in the distance, a promise that the Monkey King would always bring hope, mischief, and strength wherever he went. Before disappearing into the warp, Wukong raised his staff one final time. "Remember," he said, voice carrying across the silent battlefield, "strength is nothing without courage, and courage is nothing without hope." With a flash, he vanished, leaving behind survivors inspired to rebuild. The galaxy remained chaotic, but somewhere, the legend of the Monkey King persisted, a reminder that even in darkness, hope and ingenuity could survive.